Joe Tessitore. Opening 3 minutes of this scheduled 12-rounders. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Wladimir Klitschko is a smart fighter, and in doing so, the smart thing to do for him would be to utilize his jab. He's got a good one.
Yeah, and he's confident with it. See, it's one thing having a good one. You know how many people out there are good at certain things, but they don't have the confidence, they don't know it. He knows that he's good with it. That's the key.
Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Mike Tyson lands the hook flush. Teddy, what do you look for early on when you're analyzing a fight of two power punchers facing off against each other that gives you a clue as to which way this is going?
Who's doing the little things a little bit better? Who's using the jab? Who's controlling range? Hey, who's thinking better?
Hits him in the mug with the right. Tyson's cut around his eye, and you know his corner's got to get to work on that as soon as they get back. Very accurate two-punch combo by Mike Tyson. Wladimir Klitschko has such command of his power, Teddy, and he's doing good work upstairs. That was a nice headshot.
Yeah, and it was set up on the back end. What I mean by that is he got his opponent to reach a little bit, and then he filled the spot.
And right from the start, he's throwing the power punches and landing them.
I think he has a date. He wants to get to it.
Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. Last 10 seconds of this first round. Mike Tyson's ripped by an uppercut. Wladimir Klitschko is going with a very efficient work rate in that last round. He chose his spots carefully, Teddy.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. And that's what the judges are supposed to be looking for. You know, not just be overtaken by a guy just going out there like a Mad Hatter and just throwing punches, but placing the punches, strategically putting them in the right spots. Good job.
Nice solid left hand scored by Mike Tyson. Wladimir Klitschko's punch didn't come close. Lands flush with the combination upstairs.
Oh, keep your feet moving.
Wladimir Klitschko's putting forth a great combination there. And now just wasting everybody's time holding out. Well-targeted right hand by Mike Tyson. Good step back counter punch there. Mike Tyson's now showing us something that can have a great impact on this fight, Teddy, and that's his ability to counter.
Yeah, he's mixing it up a little bit. We know he can lead, we know he can get off first, but now this dimension's serving him well.
What was the thing when you developed Mike Tyson, Teddy, that he grasped instantly?
Well, what he understood right away was that his power not only could get rid of guys, but could intimidate guys. And the thought of his power could intimidate guys, where he could use that, where he could make guys a little fraction before he ever touched them.
He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the uppercut. And the bell rings, signifying the end of the round. Wladimir Klitschko's got a little more on his plate now. He's been dealing with a tough opponent all night long. Now he has to deal with the cut as well.
Yeah, it's no different than being tested in any other business. If you're a race car driver, you're in the Indianapolis 500, all of a sudden something hits your windshield, cracks your windshield. You can't panic. You keep driving. You didn't want to have a cracked windshield. You can still see out of it, a little tougher, but you have to keep your composure. Same thing here. Keep your composure. Do what you were trained to do.
Top-notch jab by Wladimir Klitschko. gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. When Wladimir Klitschko cranks up that right hand, you need to get out of the way. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round, accuracy an issue there, didn't land that straight right hand. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Good job, it was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Wladimir Klitschko. Wladimir Klitschko's just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. Mike Tyson blocking that punch. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking one. And that's the end of round 3. As we start round number 4, not a lot separating these guys. Sometimes you can steal a... Oh, and there he lands. And yet another big shot comes in. And he is down. He is down for the first time tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wladimir Klitschko is able to beat the count. Let's see what Wladimir can offer up now. With all that leverage, all that size, and with Wladimir Klitschko, do not discount the technique. He turns that right hand into a big-time weapon. Comes across with a hook up top. Accurate hook by Wladimir Klitschko. Wladimir Klitschko's got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye, but still, it could get nasty as the fight progresses. Such an obvious target if you're his opponent here. I mean, how can you not go after that bad cut near the eye?
Well, that's a good question, Joe. I don't like a fighter to really go after that. It's going to take care of itself. You know, you throw punches, it's going to hit that area, and the bleeding's going to continue. But I don't want my fighter to start now pinpointing and aiming only for that. It takes him out of his game sometimes.
Blocks away that headshot. Nice work, the left hand to the head. Wladimir Klitschko's almost got like a viper quality to him, doesn't he? He just gets in there, he attacks real quick, comes in, strikes before you know what he... Working his way on the outside and working well. He just, big shot there. It was as if Klitschko had a red target painted on him right there. Just before that knockdown, his opponent struck with ease.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wladimir Klitschko's back up on his feet. Now, what will be interesting to see here is how he reacts in the next few moments. A precise hook by Tyson, he showed us. Last 10 seconds. Well-targeted two-punch combo by Mike Tyson. And we come to the end of the round. Now that he's back in the corner, we get a close-up look. Wladimir Klitschko's cut even looks worse.
And it's up to the fighter now, Joe, for his attitude not to change. You know, we can look at it and we can say, wow, that cut looks worse. The fans can look at it and say that. But the fighter must be steady. The same attitude, as though he doesn't have a cut. Otherwise, he has no chance of winning this fight.
Now you can start to see a nosebleed, and that's not a big concern now. What is a big concern is the effect that it potentially can have in the later rounds. Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
Watch the hook!
That was nice. He just drew the punch from his opponent, and then a good counter by Mike Tyson.
Yeah, like running through the rain without getting wet. Beautiful.
Piercing jab. Wladimir Klitschko is able to land a good, solid left hand. Huge uppercut by Tyson. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. Accurate hook. Tyson's movement's really helping him out, avoiding that punch. Wladimir Klitschko has every tool on the tool belt. Now you see what happens when he utilizes one of them, the left hand. Seconds remaining in this round. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Wladimir Klitschko. This has been a very entertaining fight. A little time to reflect here at the end of this round. My thoughts being this. I would really be surprised if we go to a decision here. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has a feel to me like going to one of those places where you can eat all the pasta you can for one price, you know? And some guys get carried away. They eat about 5 bowls. Well, these guys, they're going to have a stomachache at the end. Somebody is going to wind up not standing at the end.
Got this one. Keep those hands up.
He got hit, but he sends it right back.
Finish with the hook. Uppercut.
And he just holds on there. Precision work with the left hand by Mike Tyson. Combination punch by Wladimir Klitschko. That has to be concerning if you're in the other corner. Wladimir Klitschko's being so very effective, punching in combination.
And that's what you want. He's got pretty good hand speed. Might as well use that hand speed. No better way to use it than putting them together.
Good flush shot upstairs. You can see blood trickling from the nose of Wladimir Klitschko. That's a concern. Flush right hand to the head. You send out the initial scouting report on Wladimir Klitschko, that's what you will see. Wladimir landing a jab. And now just wasting away some time with that clinch. That's a flush shot, banking away those body shots with the left hand. Wladimir Klitschko's right in the way of that hook to the head. Oh, that had to hurt. Really wanted that uppercut, but just couldn't get it. Fires right back at him. And that's the end of round 6. Teddy, did you bring any painter's drop cloths? Because there is blood flying everywhere from these two.
Yeah, I got a poncho. I picked it up. A guy was selling it outside. It was raining, but we never thought it'd be necessary to use it inside. It is now.
Targets the hook after blocking that shot. Tyson's right hand scores well. Oh, that's gotta hurt. And he makes a count? I don't think so here, Teddy.
Now I know where they got that saying, falling like a sack of potatoes.
Tyson's gunned down yet another opponent, a knockout victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of knockout, your winner,